उसको यूज किया जाता है, that is basically the strongest power that you have, और अभी that you might see in tonight.
No, definitely. I recently found that out as well. They have this sort of history, and I think definitely he would have some input to put in his plans. But I feel like recently the new managers that are upcoming, like not even though मैं इतना sure नहीं हूँ कि अल्जीरिया के जो manager हैं वो कितना उनका background क्या है. I didn't look that up. लेकिन uh, different plans can be integrated to throw your opponent off, and I think both people would know that कि उनकी history क्या इतना play out करेगी या नहीं. And I think Algeria could be, I think, two very different teams, two different playing styles in dono ke. So I feel like it's going to be interesting to see how they soak up the pressure and make up their chances. That's what we're looking at.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, I'm being told that you are basically, it's not okay. मुझे मेरी शायद एनर्जी आपको थोड़ी डाउन लगे, but Ali bhai, where exactly are you right now? You're probably in the right mood for this encounter.
Well, I'm in Houston, Texas right now, so I'm joining you
Nice.
guys from there. 9:45 p.m. Yes, 10 p.m. kickoff time over here. Obviously, a host city of the World Cup, so it has been a tremendous experience over the past couple of weeks. Just experiencing that as a host city, what that can bring to your environment, your community, all that, and उसके अलावा I'm an Arsenal fan, though, like I mentioned before, though, it
Right.
has been a great ride of just football has just, been kind to me recently, I would say.
Right. अच्छा, हम थोड़ा पिछले मैच के बारे में भी बात करेंगे और उसको
Okay.
करना जरूरी भी है. दैट वाज वन हेल ऑफ एन एनकाउंटर. और उसके ऊपर मैच के ऊपर बात होगी तो डिसीजंस के ऊपर भी बात होगी. आई वांट टू टेक योर इनसाइट्स. ओके, सो पोर्चुगल 2 क्रोएशिया 1, लेकिन ये नंबर जो है ना जस्टिफाई नहीं करते ऑन what happened recently in that match, right? 3 goals were disallowed for offside. Penalty award की गई थी VAR after a lengthy review. Again, then a winner in the 94th minute. This match had everything.
Mhm.
Then and a Croatian equalizer that appeared to tie it in final seconds. That was also ruled out by the faintest of touches of VAR review.
Heartbreaking
VAR के
moment,
ऊपर
yeah.
VAR के ऊपर हम पहले भी काफी बात कर चुके हैं. Some people are absolutely just crazy about it, especially the oldies who've been watching football, especially that 70s or 80s ki football. They say that okay, we are no, that's just not our thing. That is
Mhm.
just not that is just not required in football. इसके ऊपर
Mhm.
आपका क्या कहना है?
I mean, just to give you a little context, Mera, thoda sa, like, I have a refereeing background as well. So, like, I've
Wow,
refereed over like
wonderful,
100, 200 games over here at some
wonderful.
level. So, I mean, I have to say that VAR, despite its the controversy it creates, mere hisab se, it still has given us, some moments when it's an offside, it's an offside. Like, you can't really deny against it. And if it can give you that proof that then it's good. I think usually the problem with VAR has been how it's being used, at what moment it comes and interferes. क्या ये इसको इस decision में अपनी input देनी नहीं चाहिए थी या नहीं देनी चाहिए. I think those are the moments that usually create the controversy around it, because I think when it can come and pinpoint an exact VAR, that's we need that. I think that's just
Right,
utilizing what you have around you. Lekin, I think what moments, how much power the referee should have on the field, जो on field referee है, I think that should be taken into account a little bit more. Though I think the technology is necessary, just the utility of it, कैसे वो utilize हो रहा है, I think that should be just worked upon or brushed upon a little
right.
bit. That's what I believe.
Definitely. So basically, okay, that said, well put. But Portugal dominated the first half from start to finish. To be honest, they had
जी.
9 shots. There was one Persian attack. तो बिल्कुल territorial control था उनका. फिर भी half time में 0-0 था. ठीक है. वो that had flattered Croatia enormously, right? बात ये है कि मतलब even though how that match was played, ठीक है, somewhere people are actually saying that okay, yes, okay, whatever the decision was for that, but Portugal did deserve to go through. They had their thing, and they played some good football. So people are of the view that okay, fine, because at times आपको ये देखने को मिलता है. I mean, I would come back to Senegal वाला match. Uh, वहाँ तो
Belgium
it
against Belgium?
yes, that actually broke my heart because that was also something that
I
was
agree.
controversial.
I agree. I think so. I think so too. I think so too. I mean, on the Portugal Croatia game, I would say ke, I think if either team won the game, nobody could come and say ke nahi yaar, like, the other deserved it more. And I think like both teams did uh to some extent enough to like, compete till the last minute. I think the only reason I was a little disappointed was how that penalty decision sort of came into play
Exactly.
because I think even though there was contact, kitna uh, I don't think the player actually jumped to get towards the ball. I think he read was, his first motion was to go down as soon as he felt contact. Though, I feel like it was a bit of a forced penalty decision if on-field referee ने उसको उस तरह judge
That's
नहीं
exactly
किया.
what I'm talking about. I mean, okay, I'm glad that I'm talking to a referee right now because,
Yeah,
I mean, my point is, okay, if you were on the pitch
yeah,
and, I mean, if there was no VAR, right, with the naked
yeah.
eye, would you call that a penalty?
No, I don't think so because uh, I think as a referee, because there's a lot of context to the decision as well. Like because there's sometimes as a fan or as a player as well. Because I've been all three to some extent at some point, right? So like you would just be focused on that particular moment, like but there could be context to that decision. I think the ball floated in towards the attacking player there. I think when he instead of going up for the challenge, he actually went to win the penalty decision. And sometimes on field, you can see the player like trying to win a challenge. And I in that moment, मुझे लगा कि he was trying to win that
Yeah,
challenge
yeah,
right there. And I feel like the on-field referee also probably felt that. Like in you know उस बड़े crucial moment में उन्होंने एक intervention की. Was it a clear and obvious error? I don't know. I'm not really sure about that. So but still I would agree to that point. Portugal did do enough to at least take this game to extra time. Okay, like there were both teams
exactly.
I
Yeah,
think did
yeah.
pretty well in different phases of the game. So yeah.
Right. So, okay, thank you for that. That was great insight. So, coming back to the this match, so how are you seeing this match go through? Is it going to be like a high pressing conflict, or what do you think? Like how it's gonna look like?
I think this World Cup हमने जो एक नई चीज maybe देखी है वो ये है कि the international football playing style is sort of taking some pieces from the club football style of play, like in terms of how they're managing the games and in terms of how they're approaching the games, in terms of managing minutes of the players and the tactics that are being applied. So I feel like there could be some dead phases in the game because I think
Yeah,
that's what Switzerland would want to apply. I think they have that more rigidity in their team. Algeria I think would hope for something more chaotic के थोड़ा सा game खुले थोड़ी सी spaces ज़्यादा हों so they can attack them. I think they have the players that can definitely cause some trouble in
yeah.
un uh, in these type of situations. Like, and I think Switzerland has maybe more experience around its unit and the 11, but I think it's one of the
Also a
most
bit
bad.
of also a bit of something in the back of their heads as well because Switzerland as a tournament, right, has been a comfortable cruise, right? 7 points
Mhm.
unbeaten, never in danger, right? Algeria, on the other hand, उनका एक survival thriller था, ठीक है? They were knocked out after 93 minutes,
Yeah.
by Argentina, right? Came back against Jordan, फिर ऑस्ट्रिया के साथ उन्होंने, uh, एक बड़ा intense encounter रहा.
Those
So
were
two completely different emotional journeys
routes.
if you talk about this World Cup. So that obviously, impacts your psychological, or your mindset right before the match of a knockout game. Don't you think so?
No, I think so, and I think the question becomes ke what team takes the effect from which type of situation. Like kabhi like you could even say कि Algeria के लिए इतना एक emotional ride ये रही कि like that momentum can sort of push them in this one-off game situation and give them a uh what maybe I would say an unexpected or like the upset out of this tie. But Switzerland again, like you've mentioned, have been smooth sailing overall. So if they can build on that, but then again, that group stage was a very comfortable group stage for Canada, for
Yeah,
Switzerland. I mean,
Switzerland. Yeah,
it was not the most threatening group stage. Yes, they managed it really well, but yes, with the pressure of a knockout game, how do they approach it? I think that would sort of decide the tie over here.
that's right. So the match is just about to begin, and we'll just see how it goes.
Oh, what would your predictions be for this game? I would be curious to
Yeah,
know. Yeah.
predictions. Wonderful, great question. So I'm gonna have to say that it's going to be, as you said, एक कुछ थोड़ा dry patches आएंगे match में, but uh, let's see how it goes. But as far as prediction is concerned, I would say it should be. I mean, it could be. It can be 2-0 to Switzerland.
2-0 Switzerland. Okay, you think clean sheet हम लोग ये लोग maintain कर सकेंगे Switzerland?
But I think so. What about you? What do you think?
I think Algeria has the players to score a goal at least. अब क्या they would be able to outscore Switzerland ये नहीं मुझे पता, but uh, obviously Breel and Bolo is a good target man for them, but uh, how much more they can compete with them. I think Algeria, like attacking wise, is the more sort of threatening team. Like in Switzerland, sort of back 4, 5, 6 ka jo wo setup hai, I feel like that is what makes them more protected. So I think that's just what I'm thinking. Ki kaun si sort of battle win ki jayegi. Like, are they going to win on their attack, or is the midfield and defense of Switzerland sort of give them that momentum?
Right, absolutely. Uh, हम already said goal में और जो है इसमें basically on our show on BigBaat basically we're gonna involve all you guys as well. I'm talking to the audience, and we're gonna take your questions. We have an expert with us, so please shoot your questions in, write in the comments in the stream, and we're here to answer you. Uzair Ahmed already जो है इसको कह चुके हैं. There's an interesting one for you, Ali bhai. He's saying, I think FIFA need to focus on VAR more. It's 2026 and people have everything in tech to use. Why other teams get so much unfairness? If the small nations they should be treated as equal as other nations. Okay. आप क्या कहते हैं इस पे?
I think Iskander, I think the question started with tech, लेकिन in फिर I think वो थोड़ा सा argument इस तरफ चला गया कि like a bigger team and a smaller team, लेकिन I think which can obviously play into the emotions of a football fan. You always, it's hurtful to
Hmm.
see the underdog getting like unfairly done or whatever. लेकिन uh, I think it's again. I think the question again is pointing towards how to use the VAR more effectively, how its usage should be more consistent. कि किस moment पे और किस तरह की decision पे they have to interfere. Especially like अगर आप set pieces को break up करना शुरू कर देंगे and like you're gonna pick up every little piece of contact in that. I don't see how that game is going to continue with consistency. I don't think so. So I would say again, just focus on using
Hmm.
VAR when technology is required and not like an outside
Exactly.
referee's opinion. That's what I
Great
would say.
point. Great point. I mean, that's a good one. The match is underway. Switzerland is in red,
Yes.
and we see Algeria in white. And let's see how it goes.
High pace start looks like.
Yeah.
It's Algeria's ball, if anything.
अच्छा कहते हैं अल्जीरिया के तो सबसे डेंजरस प्लेयर है अमूरा. He's not on the pitch tonight. He scored 3 goals in 3 group games. He's absent today. Because मैं इसलिए कह रहा हूँ क्योंकि his pace, his directness, his finishing, that won't be available as far as the start of the match is concerned. So I mean,
Is
तो
he
वो
is he on the bench or is he missing through like a
yeah, that I'll have to check. Let me see.
And the player you mentioned was
Um,
Nigeria.
yeah, Muhammad Amura is officially listed as injured and he's unavailable tonight. Okay, so that is something that he would. I mean, he's just not available. He's not on the bench.
Definitely. Say yeah. Yeah, no, that's I think one thing जो well इस team में तो I would not say कि like overall इतने high profile players हैं in terms of like the Champions League football and ये वो लेकिन I
Yeah,
think a factor जो इस World Cup में definitely नजर आ रहा है कि the players definitely playing European football and all that type they're going through some serious fitness issues like this is performances on the pitch are just not what they're supposed to be वो लोग एक different pace पे गेम खेल रहे हैं और सारों का almost same ही है like that's why nobody's really making their taking advantage of it because everybody's gone through this huge spell or now players are really fatigued.
interesting thing that you mentioned about something about the fitness. So, isme there's another just trying to have the conversation extended. आप कैसे देख रहे हैं कि how were the fitness levels if you talk about the African nations, versus European nations, because the
I think
amount of
that
football that, yeah,
जी no no
maybe like
finish
what.
yeah I think that was evident on the pitch के मतलब जो I think World Cup क्योंकि international football के अंदर the teams are not like that fluid together. They're not playing week in and week out के वो लोग वो एक rhythm create कर सकें. That's why if you can come on the pitch with higher energy, higher momentum, and higher work rates and sort of make the most of it on the night, you can get something out of the game against a big team. तो हमने World Cup में काफी कुछ देखा है इस बार कि like teams that are playing the World Cup for the first time आके वो performances दे रही हैं because the bigger nations के जो players हैं वो लोग मतलब 60 games के season finish करके आए हैं and they're like obviously being competed with at a and I think another thing जो notice में आई है I would say कि football has obviously evolved so much over the world के tactics of all types are now possible in every little team, whether it's Cabo Verde or if it's like Japan or if it's Belgium or if it's Portugal. Like everybody is applying high level tactics. Nobody is disconnected with what's the top level of football being played right now. हर कोई उसके ऊपर uh, काम कर रहा है and like everybody is like competing at the highest level possible. So
Oh, good ball in. Oh,
good shot, good shot. That's a good try.
okay.
तो आई
You were
थिंक
saying.
वो एक गैप जो दुनिया में एक था फुटबॉल का आई फील लाइक वो थोड़ा सा कम होता हुआ नजर आया इस वर्ल्ड कप में कि नेशंस दैट आर प्लेइंग द वर्ल्ड कप फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम हैव अप्लाइड टॉप tier stuff to produce results.
Right, definitely, definitely. अच्छा, इसमें अ, मैं थोड़ा सा ओके लाइक टू शेयर सम मोर थिंग्स. मुझे बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग लगा सुन के और थोड़ी सी खुशी भी महसूस हुई. अली भाई, Zizou, Zidane, the man who scored twice in 1998 World Cup final, his son is in goal tonight. And
Yes, exactly.
how do you see that? I mean,
I think it's
interesting.
it's a very interesting like in terms of football what things what type of things are possible in football. Lekin I think in terms of goalkeeping ability, bit shaky I feel like as a goalkeeper, but I think it's
How
still
did he even turn out to be a goalkeeper? I'm just thinking, okay, सही है,
as
but
as someone who's a penalty specialist myself, I would
वाह,
say
अच्छा.
आई वुड से कि जब आपका कोई बड़ा भाई वगैरह होता है और आपकी फैमिली में फुटबॉल तो आपको गोल में खड़ा किया जाता है ना तो यू
तो शायद
डेवलप
यही
दोस
हुआ
गुड
होगा.
उसने कहा
जीजू
कि यार हम
probably.
लोग सारे बॉलर्स हैं गो स्टैंड इन द गोल लाइक लाइक
हाँ.
तो
Fun fact,
But
yeah.
interesting, yeah, like, 'cause I think goalkeeping की भी एक fascination है, like, with the gloves and the
Oh
ball and
yes.
all that.
Oh yes. Yes. That
There's
is
a
good. That is good
shout
bowling.
for
Good shot.
I think what about that एक क्रोएशिया और पोर्चुगल की गेम में मैं आपको वापस अगर लेके जाऊं तो एक बॉल प्ले की थी right at the end piercing through. I think Kovacic played that ball, I don't know, and then it ended up being offside. Can you still hear me, Salman?
GG, please continue, Oliver.
I don't know if you caught that moment because I think it was one of the finest balls played through the midfield, but at the end called
Yeah,
offside.
pretty late in the match, right? You're talking about
J
that
J
one.
J J J J. I was just stunned जब उसने वो ball play किया.
But definitely, that's what I'm saying. I mean, they played beautiful football. With Portugal, to be honest, for me, like they've been off color before this match. बहुत ही ना मुझे मुझे एक elevation सी नजर आई. The graph had gone up. If you ask me, I mean, they pulled that off. Because Portugal का हमेशा से नॉकआउट स्टेज से पहले ये हमें वो ऑफ कलर नजर आते हैं. It has happened before as well.
Mhm,
But in
mhm.
this match, they were very. मतलब, I would say they outclassed them, but मजा आया देख के. मतलब वो खूबसूरत फुटबॉल खेल रहे थे. मतलब ये
Definitely, it was
देखना
a better
it was
better
good on the
Portugal
ice.
side. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think it was positive from them, and I think it's what, if we're being honest, like Portugal ke players overall, they're underperforming. Like Vitinha,
जी
João
उनका
Neves,
यही
all these
चैलेंज
guys.
नजर आ रहा है. That
Yeah.
is why obviously people were sort of thinking कि okay, anything could happen, right?
नहीं, 100%. If
वो
they can get these early knocks, अगर ये लोग इस तरह जरा hard fought games बस drag in कर लें and they can get them through, they can find that
yes.
momentum at the end और उनके players alive, they can come alive. Vitinha, if Vitinha starts performing in the World Cup, अभी तक तो उसने like वो खेलना ही नहीं शुरू किया, which he's been doing for PSG. So if he does that,
Yeah.
then it becomes a problem for other teams, I think. So I think it's good. Portugal is uh, a good team to keep an eye on. Obviously, उनका path मुश्किल है. It's not a kind fixture with Spain, but let's see how it goes through. That's also interesting. Spain and Portugal.
Coming back to this match, it's been relatively slow, if you ask me. But I think
Are
one
we a
of the
little?
reasons why I would care when nice ball.
Ooh, was the ball out?
Oh, that's our own goal,
Real
and that
Angola
usually
as well.
happens
Was the
when
ball out?
you're very late into the box, and when you minus it. Oh, and there you go. We've seen the first goal of the match. Switzerland won, Algeria nil, and it was really good ball. And he minus the ball and it hit the defender and went in.
I think that was a great run. I think very energetic run through the wing or brave play. I don't know if the ball was stayed in over the line over there or not. I don't know. I feel like they might take a look,
It could have called out, but like, let's see. Let's play. Let's take a look at the
but
replay. Interesting celebration though.
yeah.
But let's see.
Breland
Well,
Bolo
because
scoring again on the score sheet again. He's been very clinical in the World Cup for
yeah, this is
Switzerland.
the thing about the deep balls. Okay, anything can happen when you're inside the penalty area. When that small box, anything can happen. Look at that run.
Taking the player on, fearless. Oh no, I
Yeah,
think
there
he's
you
kept that
go.
in.
Very
Yeah,
close. Very
that's
close.
yeah.
Very close to the keeper. Obviously, that couldn't have been. He couldn't do anything about it, and that goes in. Wonderful. That's just like 10 minutes into the match, and we've seen our first goal.
I think that's the last thing Algeria wanted. कि वो लोग early goal concede करें. Oh
Ah,
yeah, that's what they're. Oh no,
that stayed in.
he's
Yeah.
completely kept it in.
Okay, that came
Ooh,
off.
what a
They
lucky
play.
try. There's a deflection on that ball.
That's not an own goal. Wonderful, and he's claiming it.
Proper poacher goal, I would say.
Great
Swiss
stuff.
are
Great
happy.
stuff.
Very good.
आपने अपनी prediction अभी तक नहीं बताई.
Oh, ये आपने सही बात, ये तो अब गोल हो गए हैं.
चलने
Um,
आप बता दें.
I'll give it. Scoreline for unfair up okay, but I'll give it maybe 3-1 Switzerland.
He wants to say, okay, you
Yeah.
want Algeria to score, okay,
Yeah, I want Algeria. I would want Algeria to win too, but I think Switzerland might win.
right? One of the reasons why would you say that is I can also obviously see Algeria has that, right? I mean, despite being genuinely dangerous, and also being the underdogs of this match. उनकी जो shot conversions है ना, that rate is higher than England, Morocco, Spain, and Belgium themselves. That is 14% shot conversion rate. They
No.
don't really. I mean, they won't. You know, they might not create a lot of chances, but they don't need a lot of chances to be honest.
Hmm.
If you ask me,
No,
and
that's a good trait. That shows that they have players that can create something out of nothing, and that's why I think they can score a goal in this game. And I think
yeah,
just the timing of that goal could be crucial. If they can score it at the right time, maybe it can, be helpful for them. But Switzerland are looking good. I mean, if you look at it, they're looking very good at the starting 13,
it's
15
not a
minutes.
low block by Petkovic. He has basically set up that 4-4-2 for mid block formation, and they're not gonna be sitting on the edge on their own boxes. So they will try to force New Zealand to build slowly and go wide.
Yeah, and let's see. I think what I've seen in the first 13 minutes is game make it.
Ah,
Both teams haven't been shy in their gameplay. Like it
yep,
hasn't been
yep.
a KG type of setup. Both teams are making most of it. Like in let's see how long they can continue that. I think obviously Algeria now has to keep their head. They can't score concede a second goal again. How are you seeing the golden boot race of the World Cup developing? How do you
Well, it's a bit too early, isn't it? But because अभी भी we were waiting. Obviously, round of 16 पड़ा है और uh, quarterfinals are there. Semi-final. Let's see how it develops, how it's built up. There's a good ball in again, and there's a chance.
tries to convert it,
They're
but he's
pushing hard. They're pushing hard. We might see 2-0 very early in the game.
no, that's what I was saying. I think Switzerland are looking very good and they've gone better after scoring that goal. तो मतलब but Algeria का अब that's what I'm trying to say कि Algeria ने उसको game को slow down करने की कोशिश बिल्कुल ही नहीं की. They have completely tried to keep the fast-paced game going. I don't know if they can afford to do that right now. I don't know if that's the right choice or maybe they manage the game a little bit more.
Mhm.
It's a little bit too all over the place right now. I don't know.
Right. Golden Boot की बात कर रहे थे. I mean, मैं कह रहा था अभी still there's a lot to be seen. I mean, Mbappe or Messi दोनों they're sitting on 6, right? If I'm not wrong, both still in the tournament. And
5 or 6. I think,
6,
yeah.
yes, I think so. Six each probably. And right at the back there's Haaland and there's Harry Kane also with 5 each. I'm not
Yeah.
wrong. So,
I think
देखा आप
I'm surprised by the number of goals that they scored इतने early. मतलब I think 6 goals in the group stage is not like a
हाँ,
common occurrence, I think, and that's also across like 4 or 5 players scoring like 6, 6, 5 goals each.
mhm,
So I think that was interesting. Or hat tricks are रही हैं left and right.
हाँ.
So that was a bit interesting to see.
Also because
लेकिन
also it will be interesting to see how that turns out because जो matches हैं जिन of जो opponents हैं that will also have this impacted. I mean, Mbappe is gonna be against Paraguay and Messi is going to be Cabo Verde. and then Ireland is against Brazil. Kane is against Mexico. Let's see how that turns out.
I think the Mexico England game over here, I think as well, it's going to be a very
Acha,
complicated. It's going to be a very complicated affair because, like, we have a very solid English community here as well, but like because of the
acha.
Arsenal, like in Mexican, obviously, culture and Mexican community in Houston is like one of the main ones. Though, uh, I mean, it's going to be insane. I feel like I don't know even know, okay, where everybody's loyalties are going to lie over there. The game has started to slow down a little, but that's a
Yeah,
good move.
that's a chance there for Algeria also.
Oof,
Who is gonna go for it?
oof, good shot at goal. You gotta be careful with your hands now as well. VAR is gonna come and zoom
Yeah.
into that picture. You gotta be
ऐसे वो
careful.
बात काफी उसके काफी हम करते होती रहती बातचीत अब देखें. We were also discussing that the way football has developed, and it has with obviously technology coming in and everything else. बहुत ही मतलब ना, if you talk about the defenders, बहुत ही disadvantage सा मैं कहूँगा उनको मिल गया है. मतलब it's more like the forwards have a lot of advantage on their hands. मतलब डर डर
I,
के फूक फूक के शायद.
I think it's because sometimes this notion plays in, right? That okay, there needs to be more goals in football, or that it's
हाँ, जी जी
about
बिल्कुल.
scoring.
ओई.
Ooh, look at that! All right, be careful. That would be interesting. लेकिन हाँ ये जो notion है goal scoring का, I think defending has its own beauty as well.
Yeah.
I would obviously you love a high scoring game, whatever, but you don't love a high scoring one sided game.
No,
I don't
never.
really enjoy a 5-0 Champions League final. Yeah. Like it
How well
hard
did you
fought.
enjoy Brazil versus Germany though? 8-2.
The sorry,
Did you enjoy that game? Like
which one?
Brazil versus Germany?
Oh, the seven
Oh,
one.
yeah.
I think नहीं एक one I don't know because I think मैं उस World Cup में I obviously I'm a Messi guy, right? So I knew that Germany ka jeetna is going to be uh not good for him at that time. So, like that was a one-off. That was like an iconic moment. Like it was, matlab,
You
एक
would feel for
football का एक.
Brazil a little, right? I mean, थोड़ा सा.
हाँ, क्योंकि उनके home पे था, I believe, and it was the team and everybody, name all these guys. I think had they lost Neymar in that World Cup already at that time as well. I think probably with injury. I think he was
Um,
injured probably with his back injury.
Neymar, na?
Gigi, I think he was not in that game.
No, no, he wasn't. That was actually the biggest talk of the night because they were probably relying too much on Neymar. They held their shirt, when before. You remember?
Yeah,
तो वो बड़ा
थोड़ी
एक
सी but वो चले वो एक one off, that's like you know वहां पे जर्मनी ने अपनी जरा सॉरी स्टेटमेंट पुट कर दी थी कि यार
but they
this
played
is how,
beautifully. मतलब
yeah,
वो
it was basically like men
यार मतलब आप
against
स्क्वाड भी
boys
तो
type.
देखे ना. I mean the team that they had. I mean wow. Okay, that was a complete package.
There was I think I think on paper as well as on the field, I think उनकी जो आपस में एक chemistry थी unmatched. I think जो players themselves जो उस team में थे, unbelievable talent. Obviously वो Bayern Munich में वो चीज नजर आ रही थी उस time पे. Bayern Munich was
हाँ
dominating
हाँ.
Europe as well. So, and I think that's one of the reasons Germany has been so underwhelming this season because Germany ke best players is like English striker and a French winger
हाँ.
and a Colombian winger. So they've lost their German sort of touch, and that's somewhat a strength for Germany as well as Bayern Munich. So I think that's a big reflection for the Germany team as well. Cross pulled in, a corner. Okay.
Algeria has never won a World Cup knockout match before.
Yes, they are looking to win their first. Or Switzerland, have they won like long time ago, or have they never? I think was it like in 40 years or something? Or
They had a big gap.
yeah, or played in the reason that.
Interesting to see how their formation changes when they bring on the substitutes. Are they going to switch to 4-4, or let's see? Because we're going to have to wait till halftime, probably, most likely, के changes करेंगे.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think halftime tech they will see how the game plays out. Um, maybe they're seeing some things that they don't need to change either. They just need to execute a little better. इस वक्त I think
And Mares is the guy to watch very closely. I mean,
Mahrez is,
when
yeah,
he,
he's just somebody who can give you a moment, 100%, 100%.
and he's 35, right?
Has to be, maybe even
Might be
more.
his last.
Let me take a quick look at that. Mahrez. 35, yeah, bang on. Um, yeah, no, he has the ability to give you a moment here and there, but I think for that the Algerian team has to stay in the game. If they can stay in the
Yep.
game long enough, yeah, then they can, find something late maybe. But
We'll be seeing hydration break very soon.
I hate those.
Okay.
Oh, can you keep it in as well? Zakaria,
Corner. Corner ball.
Hayat Nouri.
Great run.
Zakaria 100% joined Chelsea at some point, and then is he the same one or is he? Chelsea has bought so many players over the years that can't keep track.
Another, we can see another tag. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yep. There's this first hydration break, and it's been mostly Switzerland in this first quarter, if I call it a quarter. क्वार्टर में ज्यादातर स्विट्जरलैंड ही में देखने को मिली.
100%. I think Switzerland started the game with high speed, high tempo, confident on the ball, and got the early goal as well. And Algeria haven't shied off. I think they've still sort of gone on with the same sort of plan that they sort of came in with. Lekin, I think they have to manage the game a little better. Just give them the chance to stay in it as long as they can to get themselves a chance. But सही both complicated game नहीं थी, but yeah, I think Switzerland definitely upper hand, looking very good in the first 25.
So if Switzerland can hold on to it, and if they win tonight, they might be facing either Ghana or Colombia in the round of 16. So yeah, interesting one. I don't think they have a too big of an opponent the next match. So Switzerland have a strong case.
No, I think that's what I'm thinking. I think very kind fixture. I think if that's the one they're lined up for, and uh, I think both teams would be thinking that if you win this tie, you have a chance to win another game.
Yeah,
I
right
think
on.
it's that's pretty interesting. I think मुझे नहीं पता था कि that's the fixture they're lined up for. लेकिन yeah, I think नहीं, Switzerland do look like one level above. पहले 25 में
Mm.
ऐसा लगा है कि थोड़ा सा uh, they're like one step ahead of them, but let's see how the game evolves. But uh, I would. I just. To be honest, like me, World Cup, man, I just like twists and turns in the games. Agar भाई game 1-0 2-0 चल रही है मैं कहता हूँ यार come on let's give me a 2-1 2-2 make
Yeah.
the game a little interesting. Yeah, just it's,
लेकिन बेल्जियम ने कुछ ज्यादा ही ट्विस्ट करा दिया था वो आई मीन इट वाज मोस्टली cynical in the most part of the match, and last 10 minutes I would give to Belgium, and quick succession, boom, two goals.
yeah, I think that was in the most I think emotional roller coaster. I think that game for the fans, and I feel
हाँ.
like also for Senegal fans, they've been through a lot
Oh
over the
yes.
past 6 months, a year, whatever you want to call it. But like बहुत ही rough patch उनका गुजरा है with the African nations.
हाँ.
Obviously decision being overturned or फिर controversial. Well, controversial, definitely a noisy exit from the World Cup as well with that penalty decision. I think just जो also मुझे I think बहुत पसंद नहीं आई थी. I don't know out of Ronaldo आज Portugal वाली penalty and
हाँ.
that Senegal one, which one do you think is the worst? I think I would be curious to know.
Concerning the how it turned out, Senegal वाली मुझे ज्यादा
Senegal
it
वाली
was,
आपको
yeah, it was absolutely heartbreaking for them. It was probably the last kick of the match, Ali bhai. I mean, वो
yeah, true. It is
uh,
true. I think वो एक मुझे बस I don't know what again what was the sort of the intensity of that contact between the defender or not? Was it like a challenge or was it sort of like him pulling out of it or not? But uh, I think it was a bit. I think it was a bit harsh, but I don't know why. I think Aaj wali penalty maybe considering taking the emotion out of it, like maybe decision
हाँ.
wise, ज़्यादा forced थी कि मतलब give that
अच्छा.
one.
अच्छा. अच्छा.
Yeah, और I think एक Spain ने goal. I don't know if they scored a goal or they conceded a goal. लेकिन वही corner पे I think goalkeeper पे उन्होंने foul call कर दिया था. Did you see that? आपने वो देखा by any chance?
हाँ हाँ, बिल्कुल 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 बिल्कुल, I can recall it. That
I
was
think it was
also,
a
yeah.
मुझे तो I couldn't see the foul in there. मुझे उसमें foul नहीं नजर आया कैसे उन्होंने वो foul दिया है.
So yeah, this has been the case for in this World Cup as well. I mean, at times we've seen some poor refereeing also, or yeah, and I mean I wouldn't take that one in. Senegal Wali, that was just a no. I can't really absorb it, to be honest. If you ask me, as a footballer and as someone who follows football, I mean that was just no. Itna nahi yaar, that was a bit too harsh on Senegal.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I agree. I think those were deciding games through that in that manner. It just takes the whole thing out of it. लेकिन सही है. I'd see. I just hope कि मतलब ये लोग थोड़ा सा टेक्नोलॉजी को बेटर यूज कर सकें और एक बेटर एक प्लान इम्प्लीमेंट कर सकें. लेकिन it's been an ongoing issue. I don't know what to say about it, to be honest. So, mm.
Step it in. Well, okay.
Switzerland's moving the ball around quite well now. Like
Yeah,
it's
and I think if we'll see the stats, but I mean they've been holding on to possession a lot
no,
more
it's
than.
yeah, it's oof.
Okay, wonderful.
We're still going. Oh my
Oh,
God!
anyway,
Wow. So
अच्छा.
that ball retention was amazing. They're looking very confident right now. That's a foul.
So who? I mean, is there a team that you want to see the final or win the World Cup?
It's a very hard one. I think कुछ अर्सा पहले it was an easy answer for me. But obviously, whenever Messi's on the pitch, I would want him to win. I think
Well,
that's
क्या
always the
बात है? I mean,
case.
high five on
That
that.
yeah, no, that's always the case for me. लेकिन
तो कुछ
मतलब
अर्सा पहले
before
why was it different? वो क्या बात है?
जैसे कि
कुछ अर्सा पहले आप कह रहे हैं कि it would have been different. वो क्यों?
like in terms of the team, before the Champions League final, obviously I was hopeful that England World Cup jeete.
यार
So
अच्छा.
I had very selfish reasons for it, I'll be honest. लेकिन जब हम चैंपियंस लीग फाइनल
अच्छा
आर्सेनल हार
मतलब
गया तो उसके बाद
we discussed this a lot and we ये क्वेश्चन बहुत जनरल हो गया अब और आई मीन मुझे जो सब कम से कम जो रिस्पॉन्सेज नजर आते हैं ना ठीक है वो एक तो इंग्लैंड के नजर आते हैं उससे भी कम नजर अगर आते हैं ना तो मतलब मुझे ऐसा लगता है शायद कोई नहीं चाहता कि जर्मनी जीते.
हाँ आई थिंक जर्मनी का आई नॉट श्योर जर्मनी के साथ या तो आई रिमेम्बर 2014 वर्ल्ड कप के अंदर पूरा पाकिस्तान जर्मनी के साथ था आई डोंट नो व्हाई
अच्छा अच्छा.
मुझे नहीं पता मुझे याद है मैंने सिनेपैक्स के अंदर वो मैच रावलपिंडी के अंदर देखा था
तेरा
सिनेपैक्स
पार्क में.
रावलपिंडी जिना पार्क में एग्जैक्टली मैंने वो मैच उधर देखा था और मैं और मेरा एक कजन था उसके अलावा आई थिंक 90% स्टे जो वो हॉल था दैट वाज सपोर्टिंग जर्मनी एंड आई वाज
अच्छा.
लाइक रोनाल्डो फैंस एंड प्रॉब्ली ये वो व्हाटएवर they just did not want Argentina to win लेकिन आई डोंट नो इस बार वाकई एक जर्मनी के लिए डिस्टेस्ट था कि नहीं जर्मनी निकल जाए आई डोंट नो व्हाई मैं आई डोंट नो व्हाट आई एम फॉरगेटिंग कोई डॉट है जो डिस्कनेक्ट हुआ हुआ है आई डोंट नो व्हाई
It's just
आई थिंक
general. I mean, sentiment. I mean, people just don't. I mean, it's been. If you talk about the recent decade, I mean, जिससे पूछो वो कहता है यार you want Germany out, and I think their wish was fulfilled, and that was
no
also a hell of a
100%.
match.
I think Germany. No, I think it was a great match. I think it was a great match.
As
And
far as Germany is concerned, yeah.
no, Germany. I think m- my take on Germany was again they depend on Bayern Munich to build a German core for their team. ये उनका एक बहुत पुराना formula रहा है हमेशा से रहा है and it has been successful for Germany as well. But in the recent years, with this young manager project building type of uh, जो clubs के अंदर अब, I would say it's initiated by Arsenal, of course. मेरे हिसाब से like ये जो एक young manager project building वाला एक process था, I think this has caught the attention of every other club. तो
हाँ.
उसके चक्कर में I think उन्होंने वो सब कुछ तो किया now there are English players in Bayern Munich which is like something that not was not a common practice Premier League
जी
players are
जी.
so I think it has Bayern Munich has thrived I think Bayern Munich has looked good over the past couple of years लेकिन Germany को उससे काफी नुकसान हुआ है they've lost that German core German players are playing all over the world वो एक टीम में उनकी कोर नहीं बन पा रही and I think that showed in the Germany team it was just there was no symmetry among the players I think
Hey, free kick in a dangerous area.
good area I think a good delivery can be Manuel Akanji, experienced players in Switzerland squad. और खास तौर पे वर्ल्ड कप जैसे टूर्नामेंट के अंदर एक्सपीरियंस इन योर डिफेंस कैन बी
जी.
so
Yeah.
important. Mahrez is an experienced player, but in that attack, ball delivered in. That's a good ball. Oh, Zakaria all over the place. Ooh. अब देखें ये अब प्रेसिडेंट अगर ये लोग फॉलो करें तो दैट्स अ पेन राइट देयर
Yeah. Exactly.
जो इन्हें
बिल्कुल.
प्रेसिडेंट सेट कर दिया है लाइक अब ये पुलिंग है दैट्स अ शर्ट पुल राइट देयर ही गोज डाउन अब So they're actually talking
So
about
being a
that.
referee, I mean, context of the match भी बहुत matter करता होगा नहीं? I mean,
बिल्कुल
अगर
मैं
आपको, I mean, if you think that it's not that intense, ठीक है, there's a जहाँ पे थोड़ा margin है, then okay, you would pull out a card, but जहाँ आपको लग रहा है, okay, I mean, you can't. My point is, you can't apply the same criteria on each ball. ठीक है, अगर आपको
no
लग रहा है
100%.
stoppage minute चल रहा है और 2 all है और I
Attacking
mean,
phase,
it's
defensive play phase,
हाँ
like the same foul एक डिफेंसिव टीम अपने एरिया में करे तो वो डिफरेंट इंटरप्रिटेशन कि वो अटैकिंग साइड
absolutely.
साइड में करे तो डेफिनेटली वो दोज थिंग्स प्ले इन एंड आई थिंक एज अ रेफरी आपको वो डेफिनेटली करना चाहिए अगर आप नहीं कर रहे होते तो लाइक यू डेफिनेटली ऑब्वियसली प्रोफेशनल लेवल पे तो करते ही है मतलब ज्यादा ग्रास रूट लेवल पे like you know if you ignore that that's a big miss because you know that plays into the game. And I think as a referee, the best type of game is that you never have to blow your whistle or that you never have to give a card. So, you know, promote the flow of play is something that I really sort of uh, try to implement in my own sort of thing that, you know, try to keep the game flowing and communicate that to the players as well. कि भाई खेलते रहो, like, you know. Oof.
Hey, they're asking questions.
Oh, no.
Quite low.
ठीक है था.
आपने शिफ्ट देखा है अल्जीरिया के फॉर्मेशन का? आरएस का थोड़ा हाई है अब और आई मीन वो जो है ना वो मिड ब्लॉक खत्म कर दिया उन्होंने।
Definitely. I think आप सही कह रहे हैं. उन लोगों ने नहीं डेफिनेटली आई थिंक हम लोग ने गेम को थोड़ा सा लास्ट 45 के लिए चेंज किया है लास्ट 10 मिनट्स के लिए लेकिन लेट्स सी व्हाट दे कैन गेट आउट ऑफ इट.
और
डीप बॉल अगेन.
उनके भी अकॉर्डिंग
अब ये प्लेयर मतलब स्विट्जरलैंड के लिए बस जिंदा होके आता है हमेशा मुझे पता है. आई बिकॉज़ आई फॉलोड हिम बिकॉज़ लाइक ही इज एक बहुत पहले लाइक ये आर्सेनल के साथ कनेक्ट हुआ था एक ट्रांसफर विंडो में.
हाँ अच्छा
तो
दैट इज इन वे बैक इन
इट्स
पुरानी
बैक
बात
इन
है।
लाइक आई वुड से 16 17 समवेयर अराउंड 16 से जब क्लासेनैच वगैरह और ये वो
हाँ
सारे
हाँ
जो बार्सा ने साइन किए थे उसी टाइम अराउंड दिस गाय आई थिंक एट दैट टाइम ही वाज लाइक ऑन द यंगर साइड ऑफ हिज करियर तो इसने एक वर्ल्ड कप खेला था
हाँ अच्छा
एंड देन तो सिंस देन आई वाज लाइक ओके दिस गाय हैज टू लाइक यू नो प्रोग्रेस फॉरवर्ड ये वो इधर only see him in the world cups. He's Oh, good
Oh,
shot. Like it. I think attacking shift आया उनकी गेम के अंदर पूरा
rightly
ऑनलाइन
so. The
good
move.
ball played through.
Done. Okay.
They like that ball over
Hey.
the top. Oh, they've tried that a couple of times now, but
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's a good ball that they're trying again and again. Usama Bhutta ने भी अपनी I think friends say he changed it to Algerian. That's crazy. Oh, inches away. I think they've tried that a few times now. If they can get on the end of it, at least test the keeper with that ball, that'd be final minute plus added. Ball over the top once more. Cleared out. Ooh. Never know.
We're done with the stop. The regular time for the first half. 4 added minutes.
4 minutes. Think Switzerland's plan is to just absorb pressure for the last four. Hopefully, take that lead in. Don't take any unnecessary risks. But Iran, Algeria has been just silly mistakes. But they've turned up the tempo a little bit. Algeria. They've shown that they can definitely ask a few questions from Switzerland. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Uh, but
Next.
I think Switzerland's shape overall has been very solid.
Hmm. Hmm. I agree.
Oh, that's good work there. Can he
It's been
find the pass?
talk
Oh,
about last 5 to 7 minutes. It's been all Algeria. I mean
no,
that's a good
100%.
sign. Good sign.
I think the moment you actually mentioned the formation change, sort of, that's exactly when they've sort of also
No.
changed the tempo of the game. But it's interesting.
Well, you never know. They might pull one back.
You know, I think what I'm so like, if you notice throughout, like, look at that turn. Like
Mhm.
they've done some good work with the ball in this half, despite being one goal behind. But
Yep.
their players have a nice bit of skill at their
Yeah, they
uh,
haven't been quiet. I mean, TK, Switzerland they've been pushing hard, but Algeria, they're still up front, right?
no,
They
100%. Haven't been shy at all. And that's something I was like mentioning with Morocco as well, right? When I saw them
gee,
playing, it was just like fearless play. They knew how they.
good
Oh,
ball.
this is a chance. Can they take it? Oh my God, off target.
Oi.
Look at that.
They've had some good moments.
Great signs for Algeria, showing that they're very much capable.
Look at that ball.
Ooh. Oh, and he took the. I think the player. He takes it down, but the other player takes the
Uh-huh.
touch. Ooh.
Oi.
I think maybe it was the right decision because the touch was going far, like in couldn't
The
control the
defender was
shot.
on him. Yeah.
Yeah, looking good.
And viewers have been very active on the YouTube channel and saying they love this channel. That's
Oh,
great.
great to
Thank
hear
you.
that. Awesome.
And who's winning? Okay, Ali Bhai, what's your take on that? Ayan
Who's winning
Lakhani
this
is
game?
also. Who's winning this game? They're asking.
Um, I think Switzerland has the upper hand. I think they can take this game, but I want Algeria to win. That's who I'm
Yeah,
backing. But
yeah, and
uh,
Ramesh would be happy to hear that. Ramesh was saying, Algeria, let's go. Yep, good game. And super solid. Ayan Lakhani. Thanks, guys, for joining in. Please, if you
awesome,
have any
awesome.
questions, to ask.
Great to have these guys on the chat. That's what's up.
Okay, we're done with the first half. And what do you think, Ali Bhai? How would you sum it up?
I think we've seen something that we've talked about. I think started the game as well. Okay, Switzerland, definitely the team that is going to come in with
Yeah,
bigger advantage. Much more solid at the back. They took their chance early. Uske baad they've not really risked anything. After that, I think Algeria turned it on in the last 10 minutes. Algeria have shown that they are capable of testing Algeria of Switzerland a little bit. So I think those are good signs, but I think Switzerland are looking good overall. I think they have a very good shape and they're not giving much to Algeria.
absolutely. Absolutely. Good, exciting stuff. Let's take a 5 minute break and then let's hop on back after
Let's
that.
do that. Thank you. Let's do that. Let's do that.
Check, check. Okay. Hello. Shh.
Right, guys, so we're back and we've seen some good football in the first half. It's Switzerland won. Uh, 5 to 10 minutes of the first half. So let's see if they can build on to that. And are we gonna see an equalizer? Let's see how that goes. We're gonna take in your comments on Ready Set Goal or Ready Steady Goal is there to
Hello.
entertain with all the questions. Or please just shoot in your questions here. You can write that down, and we'll have those answered. And the second half is underway. Oh, and there's another goal for Switzerland. What a finish! Wonderful move, and I think it's gonna be Switzerland. They really want to finish it off earlier in the second half. कैसा देख रहे हैं अली भाई? What a goal that was! We can't hear you, Ali bhai.
Can you hear me now, Sadbhai?
We can hear you now. What's your take on the goal?
No, I think the plan for Switzerland, I think it's obvious. I think come out with the
Yes.
intensity early on, put the pressure up, catch the team off guard, let them come into their rhythm, score their goal, and now they're gonna go back into their defensive shape.
Yes.
I think that's the best possible start Switzerland could have asked for.
Let's up.
Great finish. Look at that
Great finish.
technique.
That was a great finish. What?
I think the ball coming off a deflection always a difficult one. So takes it well, bends his body, uses his foot properly, bends it down. Amazing finish. Amazing finish. Under pressure as well.
Yeah. Getting a little harder for Algeria now.
No, I think that's the last thing they would have wanted कि वो लोग आके goal concede कर लें. I think big letdown for Algeria, I would say. I think that's the last thing they would have wanted. And now it's up to the players if they can pick their heads up, if they can sort of put it behind them and just focus on getting the first goal for themselves. Otherwise, but Switzerland's going to make it really hard for them. I think they know
Yeah.
exactly what they need from this game now, and I think it's going to be a frustrating 45 minutes for Algeria.
Right on. But they're not going to be quiet, obviously, the way they played their first half. But I should say the second quarter of the first half. I mean, we might see a lot of chances from Algeria's side also. Don't you think?
No, I think if there was any sort of plan of going a little slow in the first quarter of this second half from Algerian side, I think that's probably out of the window now because now I think they're going to go straight back into how to finish the first half off is just keep the high press up and be a bit more fearless with the way they move the ball forward, which they've done. They've done their best in terms of moving forward, but
Yeah.
like I said, I think Switzerland a very experienced and solid team in terms of but that's a really good ball found. See, these are the type of openings that Algeria can take advantage of.
Great
That's
ball.
a great ball. Can he make it still in play?
That's exactly what we're talking about here, and
yeah. See,
it's going to be exciting.
careful.
वो जो हम बात कर रहे थे ना कि ड्राई पैचेस होंगे वो हमें फिलहाल वैसे नजर नहीं आया है. If you take a
I
look,
think
है ना?
I think that has been completely proven wrong. I think वो बात इस game ने बिल्कुल भी dry patch. Uh, yes, Switzerland ने first half में थोड़ा sit back किया, but it was definitely not a dry patch. Look at that ball. Oh my God.
That could have gone anywhere.
I think he didn't expect it to come to him the way that it did. I think he was
Uh,
expecting a defender to cut it off in
maybe
the
on the
middle.
far side of the post, अगर वो लेके जाते इसको, that could have been in.
Maybe, yeah, no, I think it just snuck up on him and then he just took a. Oh, and wow, what a chance. That's encouraging. But that's the thing. I think football is very, very unforgiving if
Yeah,
you don't take your chances. If you don't take
that
your
is true.
chances, it will come back and bite you. Whether you're winning or you're losing or whatever, like if you're getting chances and you don't take them, there's this unspoken rule it's gonna come and get you
I
back.
keep talking about that Senegal वाला match. उसमें भी, I mean, we saw, you know, one of those chances hitting the post. But those
Yes.
would as you said, that will also haunt them. कि वही अगर चला जाता, so never know, things would have been different.
नहीं बिल्कुल ऐसा ही है. Like I think you those phases of play, and of course the post or hitting the bar is even more unlucky because I think you couldn't have done anything better. But uh, I think वही है कि chances need to be taken, especially in a game when you're not getting too many of them. You gotta make the most of. Lekin Algeria has no, that's a foul. Algeria has shown capability that they can break this defense down. But they just have to
Absolutely.
take that chance now. Have you heard about the Granit Xhaka's transfer rumor to Chelsea? What do
I
you make
haven't
of
yet.
that?
Well, what do you
In
think of
fact,
that?
very. I'm not. I was not happy to hear it. I think I would have had a real soft side towards Switzerland in this game before this news. I would be honest, but because I absolutely adore Xhaka. I think he's a great player, great leader. But him going to Chelsea would just break my heart, to be honest. I think
Would want
Chelsea
him to
came
come
in
to
with a
Arsenal, no?
sorry.
Would want him to come to Arsenal. No?
Look, unfortunately, he can't. I don't think he can be in the Arsenal team where it stands right now because we got to take a step even further. That's why we're looking at Bruno Guimaraes or whatever. But uh,
So it's going to be an
I
interesting
understand.
talk on. I mean, I wanted to address that. I'm
Yeah,
glad you're here. So, what's your take on Arteta? Like, people have been criticizing him lately, and uh, what? How do you see him? He's brought in results. I mean, he's been very successful. No,
I mean, I think it's only Arsenal Football Club when you win the Premier League and your manager gets criticized for it. Like
oh
it
yes, of
does.
course.
It doesn't happen to that many clubs, to be honest. Like Arne Slot basically won on Klopp's sort of Liverpool's wave, and then he got exposed in his sort of own plans when he started to implement them. I think Arteta, what he's done for Arsenal is amazing, to be honest.
Amazing.
As what I've been an Arsenal fan since 05, 06. Like that's sort of when I, started actually absorbing it day in, day out, whatever. And I've been through a very rough patch of being an Arsenal fan. What he's done with the club is nothing short of because it was not only
Yeah.
like football, but it was this weight on this club that was not being lifted. And somebody had to
See,
come in and do that. It was more psychological than on the football field. I think it was obvious at the end. And it was a tougher job than people make it seem. And he did it. And he's
said.
I give him all the credit for it. He's I think amazing.
I mean, we were all talking about it. I mean, would have been amazing, even more amazing if they'd gone ahead and win the Champions League.
It would have been it would have been everything, to be honest. It would have been
Yeah.
everything, but then it would have been too good. It would have been too good to be true or too sweet or like the job was done too early. It's never
Yeah.
that easy, I would say. And yes, we got the Premier League down
But
now, and like the
it was
next
on the
one.
cards. I mean, they were almost there.
Look, it's when you make it to the final, and there are a few giants that are sleeping, I would say, in Europe as well. Like, you have Barcelona who, for the sake of it, just can't figure out Champions League football right now. They just, despite having one of the most threatening attacks, they can't figure the defensive side of it. It's been a Now it has become a psychological thing for them as well in the Champions League. You have
Yeah,
these Premier League
yeah.
teams not really finding their footing in the Champions League. So you have to take advantage of those times. It was Bayern Munich, PSG, Arsenal, I would say were the front runners for the Champions League. You got to take advantage. Now, Madrid is with the back line that, Mourinho is trying to build, and
Yep.
Bayern Munich is going to get better. I think Barcelona, I don't know about Barcelona, to be honest. Like, if they're not going to sign defenders, bro, I don't know. Yeah, with the money issues that they have and the signings that they make, it
Mm.
just doesn't correlate at some point. But yeah, we got
Yeah,
to
they've
take
been
advantage
having a
of
lot
this
of issues
phase.
on the, if you talk about their defensive department, they've had issues there. They might want to fill that up.
And they just seem to ignore it every year. So I don't know why, but somehow they seem to ignore it every time. And I don't know, the Anthony Gordon signing is, to be honest, a shocker to me, to be honest. Was
Oh, really?
uh I was really shocked, I'll be honest, because if you're short on funds, especially if that's the case, uh, then it's a huge surprise to me, to be honest. I think with everything that Barcelona need to invest on defensively, maybe center forward wise, with Lewandowski going to go and fix the left wing, which they had Rafinha, which they had the option to explore Rashford as well, to go for Gordon.
Hmm.
Maybe they wanted like a workhorse type of winger. I don't know, but I was a little shocked for sure.
रेडी स्टेडी गोल पे हम लाइव हैं. It's Switzerland 2, Algeria 0. Mohammad Ali is with us. If you have any questions, go ahead and we have that answered. और आप ये अपनी predictions भी दे सकते हैं. Those who are watching us, let's see अभी क्या लगता है आपको कि अभी देखें almost half an hour is left. और आपको क्या लगता है how will it look at the end of the match? Share that with us. अपने अपने predictions you can drop down and comment in the comment section.
I think the question would be, is Algeria going to score, or are we going to have a clean sheet? I think you predicted a 2-0, right, Saad?
Yeah, so मेरी prediction अभी तक सही जा रही है.
आपकी prediction अभी तक सही जा रही है 100%. Feels like it's score another one if they want.
Okay.
Ooh, advantage.
Taking the
Ooh,
advantage.
keeps it alive.
And it's ball in.
Ooh,
That is close. Very close.
really impressive. This. What is it? Is it Vargas? Is that the name? Or ooh, he went for the ball across.
Oh,
Maybe
it went a little higher, yeah.
with the momentum, maybe he could have gone with a shot at goal as well, but
Mm.
went with the ball across. It's all right. Can do it. Oh, war is off. I think another with the transfer market that we were discussing, or on that, if we touch that subject again, Tottenham has spent 250 mil
Wow.
during the World Cup. अभी तो शुरू भी नहीं हुई उस तरह club season. So that is, I think that's signaling towards them seeing an opportunity कि Premier League में इस वक्त to become a top 2, top 3. The race is open. All big 5, big 6 have a new coach. There's only Arsenal with a stable team. Baki Sare are gonna start from scratch. And I think they're gonna go for it to really like push for the top with the signings that they've made. It's quite impressive.
The time is running out for Algeria. It's high time that they score. Uzair Ahmed is saying that I also predict the same result. कल मैंने $100 पोर्चुगल पे लगाए थे और 100 क्रोशिया पे. अभी वेबसाइट नहीं खुल रही. ओके.
Wait, did he put 100 100 on
हाँ
Croatia and on Portugal?
कह रहे हैं कल मैंने $100 पोर्चुगल पे लगाए थे और 100 क्रोशिया पे, लेकिन उनकी अभी वेबसाइट नहीं खोल रही जहाँ पे भी उन्होंने लगाए हैं। Ramesh Bari is saying, what a game. Zaire Ahmed, Abdullah Iqbal valued 5 million after World Cup. I think so. Okay, that's something you can comment on.
What was that again? Sorry.
So Zaire Ahmed is saying Abdullah Iqbal valued 5 million after World Cup. I think so.
Yes, I did see that the transfer evaluation came in that his value has gone up. If you're referring to the Pakistani
Hmm.
football team defender, yes, definitely. No, I did see that. I think that's really encouraging. I think to see
Absolutely,
uh
yeah. That's a good
the
insight.
value of our players sort of rising in the transfer market. It's being recorded as well, and that means that he's definitely will be interested to many clubs. I think many parties will be interested in him if that's the sort of response from our. So I think that's very encouraging. If we can get like a big profile move for a Pakistani player,
That is
um,
because they
that would
you
just be
act as an
everything.
ambassador of the country when you're doing things like this. So
Hundred
that's
percent.
absolutely very encouraging for us. Very encouraging
No,
for
no, hundred
Pakistan
percent.
football and obviously our young footballers also.
No, I think that's exactly what this federation needs right now is for our players to push to play at the highest levels. And I think the recently what I've been seeing, it's been very encouraging. I think all the seeds are being sown for Pakistani football to rise a few ranks up
Yeah.
from wherever they've been in the past 5 years. I think that's
No,
for sure.
definitely you're spot on there. I mean, good things are happening. We're seeing a lot of changes. I mean, long way to go still, but let's hope for the best.
100%, 100%.
Do you see any shift as far as Switzerland is concerned? They're also very keen to, play it along and, keep the ball with them, right? Which is actually
I
helping them out from where I see it.
I think the possession retention has been one of their key traits in the World Cup overall. I think they've been very good at doing that. And then I think then catching the opponent out in these moments have it's something that they've thrived on is just holding on to the ball and then finding those openings. And they've been their midfield control has been really well balanced. The transition between defense to attack is quite impressive for them. I think that shows their run in the World Cup as well. Smooth sailing through the group stage and now
Yeah,
this game as well, not breaking a sweat at all.
well said. And we have another comment from Uzair Ahmed. He's saying, okay, Chelsea's going to shock everyone. Yeah, I hope so. And he's also mentioning that I think we don't have discrimination for diaspora players anymore. After we saw Morocco is also diaspora. We need to see support the system at least because we have lots of raw talent in Europe. Yes, definitely I would have to agree on that. But then again, I mean, we have to build on some cases. We need to see more. We really need to see more of that. Before we're actually there. But I mean, we saw the beginning, and as I mentioned, that good things are gonna happen. What's your take? What's your take on that, Khalid?
I'm sorry, I kind of lost that and I'm trying to follow the question. What exactly is the question from
Basically,
Uzair again?
he was mentioning that on same topic. For a live, I mean, he was uh, complimenting on your comment as well. Like, he thinks that we don't have discrimination for diaspora anymore. After we saw Morocco results with diaspora, we need to support the system at least because we have lots of raw talent in Europe.
Oh no, 100%. I think this is actually football's one of football's master strokes. I think the way they have
Mm.
allowed different regions to be integrated into different teams. I think if you see the positive side of it, it's actually a lot more uh, promoting of spreading the game to different countries and giving them the opportunity to represent different identities. So
Yep.
um, I think, and I think the more if we go into the UK, I mean, I feel like the UK would be uh, also. Even though I did ask that from some people there, I don't know if there's too much uh, Pakistani-based talent coming out there, but there's definitely like a few names. I'm sure there's like a market of players in these regions where we can find Pakistan descent players and get them integrated. Um, but at the same time, I feel like just take the right steps that we've been taking, and those I think will be very beneficial. I think one thing has been for sure, football is at a level that um, if you follow the basics of football and you follow those, Morocco has been a great adventure. You can be a team that was nothing and now they're competing at the highest level. So I think follow the path and follow the process, and I think you'll find the
Absolutely.
results.
Great insights, Elimi. Great insights. So, Magnific 4970 is back, and they're asking, who do you guys think is the best position for the win in World Cup? Okay, Ali bhai, any comment on that? We've talked about it. I think आपने prefer किया था कि Argentina probably you would want them to win, right? There's an attack for Algeria. Okay, no.
Definitely, I think Argentina is a soft spot for me. England has been my because the pressure of Messi is lifted off my shoulder now. I would like to see maybe like England come in and win it. I wouldn't mind an England win, to be honest. And and yeah, I think those are my teams. I would say for the World Cup. I mean, I think those are my teams that I want to back.
Okay, so Ramesh Wali is basically he's got some interesting question. He's asking, why does Switzerland keep attacking down one particular side?
I think that's a really good question from Ramiz Wali, because I think they must have identified something in their opposition that's giving them the advantage to advance through that left hand side.
Usually it
Um,
happens because when the other side you see, the mostly the managers and the team, when they move across and they find a spot, they find a weak spot. But when
mhm.
basically mostly one flank that they target, usually that we see in the second half. So there's hydration break. और इसमें ज़्यादातर हमें यही देखने को मिलता है कि you see that okay you can pass through that flank and then get more chances converted from that side. But that is why then teams just playing along that they don't really then follow the playbook as they had discussed before the match. So then they just go ahead and follow that flank and create more chances. And that what usually we see is that those chances do convert in as well. And you keep on pressurizing your opponent for that, and there's also a chance for them to get pressurized and do more mistakes, and more chances are gonna get converted.
No, 100%, 100%. I think, and sometimes their certain weaknesses are already spotted before the game as well. The game plan may have already identified this weakness before the game, but certainly I think if the players recognize something during the game and find something to press on, they will adjust and start adjusting the plan
Yeah.
accordingly. And I think, or their own strengths are on that flank that they prefer going to the other side. So I think those would be, but that's a good question, I would say,
Yeah.
to
Our
notice, I would
stream
say.
is, I mean, I'm loving what's going on in the stream, and that they're very active. Some really good questions coming in. Just let aane dein boys, or
Yeah, yeah, I
some
appreciate
really
the
good
boys that are
questions.
in the chat. These boys are actually making
Yeah,
the this is what we like, to engage with
yeah,
the audience.
definitely.
And
Oh, wonderful. A
uh
great
yeah.
audience today, and then Ramesh Boria has got another one. So, who has been the biggest surprise of the tournament so far?
I wanna Okay,
Surprise. Okay.
would you mean as a player or as a team?
I think he's
Because
referring to I think he's referring to a team who's been the biggest. I mean, there are a number of them. Like PR Congo was one of them,
DR
right?
Congo is definitely one of them. Cabo Verde would be one
Of
of them, I
course.
would say. Um, I would I think as a player that I really want to mention, and I was maybe gonna make a video about it later, but like I think for me, an underrated player of the tournament right now in the World Cup is Yohan Wissa. I think he has been absolutely amazing for DR Congo. Uh, Wissa, the Premier League, I think playing for Newcastle right now. I think for DR Congo, he has been. I saw him live as well against Portugal here in Houston. So,
Oh, okay.
I mean, what an intense player! What a effect he has in that attack, and I think he's been really inspirational for them. But I think with all the big attacking names in the World Cup, his name has sort of, been suppressed in there. But I think he has been an underrated player for me in the World Cup.
Great stuff. Okay. And then, okay, Ramesh Wali. I
Let
mean,
me
he's
get this
been.
chat open because I guess we're getting questions left
What
and right.
tactical
Yeah.
trend has defined this tournament?
What tactical trend has defined this
Yep.
tournament? Is that what he's?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
I think something that I think may have touched on a little bit earlier was that the implementation of this club style playing of football, bringing that into the international game, really managing different phases of the game differently, and approaching a player, whatever the strengths of those players are, making play. It's not this World Cup. We haven't seen best player in that position. It's like the best combination of those players. What type of game plan the team wants to play. They've picked those starting lineups, and I think that's been a big phase of managing different phases of the game throughout the 90.
Ayan Lakhani is asking Haaland or Mbappe. Okay, so for me, it's going to be Mbappe for now because he's been very, very quick on the ball. Obviously,
Is that the World Cup or is that in general?
he's not mentioned the World Cup, but obviously
Or for
he might be
yourself?
referring, yeah, because obviously, and we've discussed this. Mbappe is on six and Haaland is five. So I mean, they're in the competition right there, right? So, but Mbappe, he brings that very young sparking factor in the French team as well, and the way he's been complementing each other, the way those three up front have been complementing each other, and the way Mbappe is actually contributing in that
I think Madrid fans are
organization,
real
that
jealous
system.
of this French Mbappe.
Huh?
Madrid fans are real jealous of the French Mbappe because they're seeing him work hard, drop
Exactly.
deep, but really contributing to the team in a different way. So no, but I would say I think I would just add to it that um Holland with a very obviously competitively lower ranked team in Norway playing their first World Cup. I think the way they've made their mark in it, I think it's very impressive, and he's been at the forefront of it, scoring those goals. Uh, I think it's very impressive because obviously France is 22 squad man squad is better than most teams' first 11. So I think Norway, with the way they're approaching this World Cup, the way they've been playing, I'd say I have to give them credit. They're really making their mark. They're not here to just appear. They're here to really. What did you make of them benching their team in the last group stage game?
Right. We've got another one. Okay, this is something that I would want you to address. Ramesh Wali was another good one. If Pakistan and India played in a football game, who would win?
I mean, right now, if I have to say, right now the Pakistani team is on a very positive trajectory. You've seen them
Yeah, and they just
successful in
kept
South Asia,
Diamond Jubilee Cup ke baad, obviously,
of course,
definitely the way I
100%.
mean, their confidence is on a high, and they've been playing some really good football. And I think it could be one hell of a match.
I think so. I think Pakistan ki team is वक्त football के अंदर. Ooh, that
Oh,
was a good
that was a
chance.
good
Ooh,
crossing.
and on the
That
rebound, good clearance off the line. Let's go. Come on, Algeria, knock this. They're they're trying to hang in there, but yeah, no. No, but I think on that, I think the Pakistani team right now is looking very good. Young, raw talent. uh, starting
And
to get.
our our fellow footballers, I would say, because the way they've been asking questions, I think they played football themselves. People in the stream, they're supporting you and they're saying Pakistan in the bar, Pakistan on the go, and definitely. And we'd love to see our Pakistan football grow further, guys. And definitely the way it's been evolving, and it's really a good sign.
100%. I think, and not to get to the negative side, but like if any other country is the main provider of the World Cup ball, year in year out, and is such a core member of the World Cup in this way. I feel like we'd be making much more uh,
Mm.
out of that connection and that opportunity and all that exposure. But I think unfortunately we don't do, even though like now people have done better than before in terms of marketing this and promoting this connection with the World Cup. But I think if it was, for example, let's take India for example, or any other, like Bangladesh for example, if they're producing that ball, I think they'd be really cashing in that connection that we have with the World Cup. So it's really proud. I usually proud moment for us.
Yeah,
I usually am very vocal about it that this ball is made in Pakistan, but yeah, I think we should take more pride in this connection that we
absolutely,
have there. Yeah.
absolutely. Totally agree with you. Well, okay, let's ask these boys and these guys, commenting on our feed. And uh, how do you think, guys? How will it end? It's 2-0 right now. We have 15 more minutes to go. And what do you guys think? How will it end? Will it end like this, or do you see any more goals coming in?
Questions for the chat, guys? Are we scoring a goal,
Yeah,
or this is a great
yeah.
session? Thank you, guys. You guys have been actually quite amazing to be on the
Yeah.
live with. So thank you for the
I'm
engagement.
absolutely
Thank you for the
loving it
questions.
because
Yeah.
it's really, I'm not sure where they are, but uh, great audience. It's really early here. It's 9:36 a.m. in Pakistan, and the way they've been active. It's absolutely wonderful to watch.
No, 100%, 100%. Shout out to the boys in the chat. Uh, Shaji, let's see if there's any. I think I saw a question from Uzair as well
Yeah,
coming in there, but I missed because I think it
Ramiz is
was.
the Ramiz has got another one. He says,
What
which match has been the highest quality so far? It has to be a Morocco match, to be honest. What do you think, anyway?
are you referring to the Morocco Netherlands or?
No, of course, that one, yeah. And it has to be, it was one hell of a match. And I see Morocco playing some really beautiful football. They're so good on the ice. And that match was something.
No, I agree because I think throughout the game, both teams had different phases in the game when they were, sort of putting the upper hand, and the other team would sort of go into that defensive shape, and then they would sort of switch up after. And it was a great back and forth from the both teams. And I think what was amazing to see is that you have this list of just amazing, European top level players in that Netherlands team who had to sort of form a bit of a wall there almost to sustain the pressure of the Moroccan side, with so many young and I would say lesser experienced players in, but playing absolutely fearlessly and demonstrating their skill, flicks and tricks left and right. Don't care
Uh-huh.
about So it was I was that was really interesting to see. And somebody said during this World Cup that some I'm sure it was some Moroccan. They were like, we are the Brazilians of Africa,
Mhm.
and I've sort of seen that in them in this World Cup. I've really seen that sort of flair in them, and the way they play. So I think you're definitely right. Morocco game with Netherlands, high quality.
Absolutely. Ramiz is, I think, okay, Ramiz, it's yes. He's saying, good morning, Saad. Enjoy some halwa puri. Okay, I'll try. I prefer sleeping, bro, but okay, if you say so. You all are great hosts. Thanks, guys. Pakistan Zindabad, bro. Shout out to all boys. Good. Great.
Ion says Netherlands was robbed. I
Good stuff. Good stuff. Keep it coming, boys.
think connection World Cup with us thing will make us close to a journey. After all, nowadays Pakistan needs support find like a bit of Pakistan play stadium. But Uzair Ahmed is talking about Pakistan completing their stadiums for I think it's the Jinnah Stadium that he's talking about, but I think if
Great
you've
point
kept up
because I still remember I've been I think मैं कोई ये तीसरी चौथी दफा mention कर रहा हूँ show के अंदर मतलब अब that has been that it's been a while when I was actually playing professionally and I still remember इतने बड़े बड़े खड्डे होते थे जॉब स्टेडियम के अंदर ठीक है और and we're talking about the the last phases of the tournament semi-finals quarter-finals all Pakistan
yeah,
के और लोकल जो डोमेस्टिक लीग के ग्राउंड अगर आप देखें तो उसका तो कोई हाल ही नहीं
as
प्लेइंग विद स्टार्स और मिट्टी है पत्थर है I mean that's something that needs to go ahead and needs to improve definitely for sure और इसके ऊपर हम काफी अपने शो पे बातचीत भी करते हैं और well let's say let's hope I mean good things are happening guys good things are happening we've seen an upward graph and there's another
Ooh, what a
it was a
save
great
from the
chance that
keeper.
should have
What
gone
a
in and
follow back
that,
on that first
that should have gone in
shot.
सेकंड चांस उनको मिला और
Well,
वो
Zidane,
basically
Zidane making a name for himself with those saves, I would say.
yes I'm happy for him I'm happy for him his dad must be proud today he's been sharp yeah that's a really good save
Good reaction, great reaction, I think. Oof.
yeah he had to go, get up very early and
Yeah.
make that save
I think he goes down the first time for no reason, and
yeah
then
well but that's natural you have to go
yeah, for sure,
along
you
because
gotta make
obviously
sure you gotta cover.
you're going for the ball okay, and you don't know if it's gonna be intercepted or not you just go for the ball your body goes along with it right?
Yeah,
So you can't really hold yourself back. But then the interesting thing is the way he got himself up again and make that save. That was remarkable.
no, 100%. No, that was good reactions, good work from the goalkeeper, doing his best to keep his team in the tie right now, but I think he needs something from the other end to give this team a lift.
Yep.
I think, but overall in the stadiums, I think, and because I think this was a topic still in the chat, because I keep up with the stadium development that happens in Pakistan right now, but it's funny. It could be better because they come out with these amazing plans, but I think the execution on them maybe not as much, but at the same time, yeah.
I've got one for you. I mean, so the
Yeah.
2026 World Cup has repeatedly rewarded teams and punished wasteful ones as well. Talk about the Senegalese match. Belgium came down from they came from 2-0 down against Senegal, but then again Senegal also missed his chances. Right, here Congo led England at halftime. They missed their chances. At 2-0, Algeria had their goal at their mercy and missed. Switzerland hasn't, they haven't been in that situation. But that's the pattern of this tournament, and और अल्जेरिया का विक्टिम बना है इस पैटर्न का तो मतलब आप ये काफी फ्रीक्वेंटली हम इसको देख रहे हैं
I think the teams that arrive to a fixture with, as the underdog, when they take the early lead, it's sometimes maybe they score too early because they don't have the experience to endure the 90 minutes with a 1-0 lead and how to manage that final 45, 60 minutes. Now, the other teams that are a lot more experienced in these situations with their clubs in Europe and all that, they know how to sort of wait for their chances, be patient, and wait for the other team to make the mistake. So I think that has been a case that, some of the teams uh, have scored early and then, obviously they haven't taken their chances. They've, there's the pressure of that. But uh, I think the opposing teams have that experience in them to sit late, wait for the opportunity, don't let the pressure take over, and then find a way through. Like Harry Kane, with England. I mean, that was remarkable the way he,
Yeah, that
single-handedly
was
got the tie
I mean,
around.
it was over for England the way he led the team. That was really a good sight to watch.
I think Switzerland has put in a professional performance. I think you must be really
Mm.
happy with the 2-0 goal. I won't jinx it actually right now,
We've
but
still got some minutes to go.
yeah,
Okay,
you
let's
still
keep it
got
that
some
way.
time there. Yeah. But I think a real professional performance, it would take a miracle to turn this around for
Oh
Algeria.
yeah, oh
Something,
yeah.
something from that Senegal Belgium game, but it's there are not enough
No, but
signs for that
this
right
is a
now.
different game, and these are
Yeah.
different kind of teams we're seeing, right? But I don't think Algeria is gonna pull two back. But let's see, it's football. Anything can happen. Wait, but as it stands, I think Switzerland are going forward, and they're gonna be facing, in your opinion, Portugal. Like,
It's Colombia and Ghana, right? On their
oh yeah, sorry, yeah, of course. It's
Yes,
gonna
yes,
be
right.
either Colombia or Ghana. Yeah, yeah, you're right. And
I
what do you
think out
think
of
who's gonna go through from?
Colombia and Ghana first, I think. To be honest, I want like the African teams to do a little bit better and go through. I would want maybe Ghana to go through, but I think Colombia was looking really good against, excuse me, Portugal. Um, I think Colombia has the better players in their team to go through. I would want Ghana to go through, but I think Colombia would win that tie.
Do they have a
Uh,
chance? Okay, no.
Algeria now just a bit desperate now with their
Asking for the
chances, but
corner. Okay,
further
fresh
probably
legs.
defensive reinforcements probably and Doy out. Great finish.
Then great cross.
Not too much added time, I would suspect either. I think maybe 3, 4
Yeah,
minutes,
it's been exactly. And before,
probably four, I would seem. Right, so I think one thing for to take notice of, I think, Switzerland goes to a round of 16, and the next tie is favorable, I would say, with all the brackets and all that, I would say. And,
yeah,
they could find themselves in a quarterfinals of a World Cup. That would be a tremendous
that
achievement on
would
its
be
own.
big for
Oh,
them.
that's a
Oh, that's good
that
one.
was
That was a
a
little higher, so he
heaving
couldn't grab
ball.
the ball and then just clear that out.
Did the keeper get a hand on it, or is that off the bar? That's and offside. Underwhelming end to the situation.
Yeah,
He's offside.
very clear.
Did he play that though? I don't know if he got involved.
No, he didn't. He went for the goal.
Yeah, I think there are a few rules that are getting the type of attention that I don't really like them to get. For example, like the set piece type of, these
Mm.
corner fouls, and then these the situation that we just had right now, in which the I just had a complete, just the situation that we just had right now. I think that's the type of fouls that they're trying to overlook, and I'm like, just like, let those flow, let those play
Yeah,
out, and um, I think that's a bit of a frustrating. And I think the handball rule with Champions League is now a completely different to compared to what it's in the Premier League, and like any handball is in the world in the Champions League, but in the Premier League there's context to it. So it's yeah, it's a few things that I would say they would want to look at. 6 minutes. Camera has shown only these
Six
two.
at minutes. Swiss fans are really happy, right, and rightly so.
Nice piece of skill there, trying to get away, maybe doing too much. Could have released the ball earlier, but a little too late from Algeria.
Oh, that was the card.
I think this is a good point made in the comment section by Ozair, which is Holland versus Gabriel.
Hmm.
Uh, that is going to be one heck of a battle again. To see them in the international jerseys now to go at it again. Do you think it's going to be something similar? Or do you think we're going to have another moment of Holland and Gabriel in that moment, or do you think they'll just sort of
No, it'll
because
be fun.
in
I,
the
I think so. Yeah, yeah, no, no, definitely. The way Haaland is playing, I mean, the thing with the Haaland is, I mean, he's damn tall, man. I mean, he converts his headers. I mean, he's मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि being like if I put myself there, so and if I'm in the if I'm in the defense or if I'm a keeper, I mean, you really get pressurized from that sort of an attack and that sort of a a figure who's who's on his feet and he's coming back in again and again and with this and
it's a
he's winning those
presence. It's a
headers.
presence.
He's winning those headers all the time, right?
100%.
So that puts a lot of pressure on him. If you
No,
ask.
it's his presence. I think the presence that he has in the box, around the defenders, movement, constantly looking for the opening to be at the end of the ball, and just uh, thirsty
Good
for
work.
goals is a good chance developing here for Algeria if they can get something late. Oh, and then
Um,
just that's basically been the whole 90 for them.
yeah, it's pretty much
The
over for
final ball.
Algeria now. I mean,
Yeah.
and rightly so. To win, since Swiss have earned it. I mean, they were the better team today.
No, right. So you got to give Switzerland their credit as well. They've looked like a proper. We were talking about if they've been
Yeah,
challenged in the group stage, the easier group, whatever. But they've shown a certain degree of professionalism in their play that certainly puts them apart from Algeria, miles ahead of them, if anything.
Mhm. Oh, absolutely.
Ooh, that's a inviting ball over the top. That might be a good tackle. Oh my God,
Like,
that was a brave challenge to make. He was like nothing to lose with that challenge.
that has been the story of the match. I mean, whole beautiful, painful, dramatic story. I mean, an open
Yeah,
goal. You know, I mean, but that's knockout football, Ali bhai. I mean, that's how the tournament goes, right? So, I mean, uh, you're right. We did expect a lot from Algeria also, but then again, Switzerland, they were a better team.
I think it's been two very similar halves, like the early goal and then just sort of Switzerland managing the game properly, just absorbing whatever they can absorb, not putting themselves under too much pressure. Whenever Algeria has built a little bit more pressure, they have found ways to relieve it. They've pushed men forward and sort of give themselves room to breathe. Switzerland have done that really well, and like these, like moment like this, they've created these chances. Finishing could have
Is
been.
that their
That's a good
goal? Okay,
shot.
no, that was a good shot. Could have been penal.
I think they're determined to let you have the correct prediction for today's game. There it is. I think he's blown it, has he? Yes, there
There
it
you
is.
go. That's over, and Switzerland to Algeria, and Switzerland go through, and then they have a good case, to be honest. Levi, I mean, that said, I mean they might be facing Colombia or Ghana, and they have a really, really good opportunity to going through to the quarterfinals. What do you think?
Those are by 100%. I think Switzerland have shown why they have been the top of their group, why they have been so stable throughout the tournament. And they've displayed it today. A professional performance, 2-0, no signs of showing any cracks. And with the momentum that they've been in the World Cup, that Colombia Ghana tie doesn't look that bad. I think they can be going into that fixture with a very confident side.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for joining in. It was a great show. I absolutely loved it, with you, Alibai, and it was really a great show. Thanks to our audience who they've been watching, the ones that have been watching us, and especially to the ones who've been commenting and having us, keeping us engaged. So
For
great
sure.
match. It's another great day of football, and we're gonna be winding this up today, and we'll see you again tomorrow with some really good and exciting matches. Hame de ijazat. Thank you very much.